jurors has found Nouman Raja guilty of manslaughter while armed and attempted first-degree murder in the 2015 shooting death of Corey Jones, a black motorist who was stranded on I-95. Jones is the first officer in the state to be convicted of an on-duty shooting in 30 years. The four-man, two-woman jury had deliberated for about 4 hours. Raja did not react as the verdict was read, while about 25 relatives and supporters of Jones looked on, some weeping quietly. One said the sweetest sound was the click of those handcuffs after Raja was led from the courtroom. After the sentencing, Raja was handcuffed and taken into custody. The judge revoked bond. Outside of the courtroom, Corey's father Clinton Jones, SR, said he wasn't surprised at the verdict because family members knew in their heart that Raja was guilty. "I just thank God the truth caught up with him and that he was convicted." State Attorney Dave Aronberg said the family of Corey Jones can now finally achieve a measure of justice and closure after 3.5 years of what he called an open wound affecting them and the entire community. "And now our community can begin to heal, and I'm just so thankful to the Jones and Banks family for leading the way and being so patient and so trusting in our office and the process," Aronberg said. Prosecutors said Raja, one of very few police officers across the nation to be convicted of an on-duty shooting, escalated what should have been a routine interaction into a deadly confrontation. Working in plain clothes, he drove his unmarked van the wrong way up an off-ramp, stopping feet from Jones' broken-down SUV at 3:15 a.m. on October 18, 2015. The prosecutor said Raja never identified himself and acted so aggressively that Jones must have thought he was about to be carjacked or killed. That caused Jones, a concealed weapons permit holder, to grab his gun and run as Raja repeatedly opened fire, they said. Jones, a housing inspector and part-time drummer, had been returning home from a nightclub performance when his vehicle stalled. He had purchased the .38 caliber handgun days earlier to protect his $10,000 drum set, which was in the SUV. Raja was wearing jeans, a t-shirt and a baseball cap as part of an auto burglary investigation team when he spotted Jones' SUV. He said he first thought it was empty, but then saw Jones inside. Raja's supervisor testified the officer had been told to don a police vest to identify himself if he approached a civilian. He did not. Prosecutors also questioned why Raja didn't pull out the badge he had in his pocket. What police didn't know at first was that Jones was talking to a tow truck dispatcher on a recorded line. That recording shows Jones saying "huh" as his door opens. Raja yells, "You good?" Jones says he is. Raja replies twice, "Really?" with Jones replying "yeah." Suddenly, Raja shouts at Jones to raise his hands, using an expletive. Jones replies "hold on," and Raja repeats his demand. Prosecutors believe Jones pulled his gun and tried to get away. Raja fired 3 shots and Jones ran down an embankment. Prosecutors said he threw his gun, which was found 125 feet, 38 meters, from his body, but Raja fired 3 more times, 10 seconds after the first volley. Jones was killed by a bullet through his heart. A medical examiner testified that Jones would have dropped feet from where the fatal shot struck him. He also had been shot once in each arm. Prosecutors said Raja, not knowing of the tow truck dispatcher recording, tried to deceive investigators. He told them in a video-recorded interview hours after the shooting. He said to police, "Can I help you?" as Jones jumped from the SUV. He told investigators Jones then leapt backward and pointed his gun, forcing him to fire. Raja said Jones ran but turned and again pointed his gun, forcing him to fire the second volley. Prosecutors charged Raja with manslaughter because they believed his actions created the confrontation and showed culpable negligence, meaning a reckless disregard or conscious indifference for Jones' life. They charged him with attempted first-degree murder because they believed that while they couldn't prove beyond a reasonable doubt which of the 6 shots killed him, the second volley was a conscious effort to kill Jones as he ran away. Raja's attorneys said Jones' initial "huh" shows he identified himself. The tape picked up something unintelligible and faint. The last Florida officer tried for an on-duty killing was Miami's William Lozano in 1989. The Hispanic officer fatally shot a black motorcyclist who he said tried to hit him. A passenger died when the motorcycle crashed. The deaths resulted in 3 days of rioting. Lozano was convicted of 2 manslaughter counts in a Miami trial, but an appeals court dismissed the verdict, saying the case should have been moved because of racial tensions. Lozano was acquitted at a 1993 retrial in Orlando. Palm Beach Gardens fired Raja shortly after the shooting. He had been under house arrest since he was charged in 2016.